Hey y'all, it's your girl, the real deal Anita Skills reaction, and I will be doing a reaction on Miss Rebecca Scofield, the history teacher at the University of Idaho. Um, if you've never seen her, this is she. Uh, she on a podcast with another guy, and they're going to talk about discussion of overriders, rodeo, and queer country performance. She's a history teacher there. So I'm going to react to Miss Scofield allege how I think of her. Okay.
Q&A button, and they'll try to address as many of those questions as possible during that conversation. For those of you who haven't seen it, the Q&A button is at the bottom of your screen. We do also have a chat box for you to exchange thoughts with your fellow audience members if you so desire, but we do of course ask that all comments remain respectful. So, today, Rebecca Scofield is an assistant professor of history at the University of Idaho, focusing on the history of gender and sexuality, popular culture, and the American West. Born and raised in Idaho, she is interested in how people enact popular ideas about the West in their everyday lives. She is principal investigator of the Gay Rodeo Oral History Project and co-creator of the web exhibit Voices of Gay Rodeo, gathering vital information about how gay men and women have built a vibrant community and experienced rodeo over the past 40 years. Her other work includes country western icons such as Dolly Parton and mechanical bull riding. That must have been quite a fun experience to research that one. Her book, Outriders, Rodeo at the Fringes of the American West, analyzes various forms of rodeo, including gay rodeo and prison rodeo, in order to scrutinize narratives of authenticity in the popular performance of the American West. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, for those of you who haven't bought the book, it is available on the Autry's online store, which is shop.theautry.org. And I'll put that in the chat box. So enough from me. I will now hand it over and enjoy the program.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. It means so much to talk to people about my research and sort of share what I've learned over the last about 10 years. So I'd like to first thank the Accusations for allowing me to do this program. It was originally going to be in person, and for being flexible with our current pandemic and everything that's happening in the world. So I also wanted to thank the Autry for sort of longer support of my research. As was mentioned, IGRA, the International Gay Radio Association's institutional archive is at the Autry. And so many years ago when I was first starting this, I got to go to LA for the first time, and I worked with amazing people, Belinda Nakasato, let me stay at her house when I had to come back. Marva Falchon has been an absolute support, and then other people who've just been involved with the Autry over the years. Gregory Hinton has been just really important for me to gain access to resources. And then I also want to
Okay, for the people who don't know her, this is Mrs. Scofield. She's the professor at Idaho, and she was doing, it seemed like I heard a rodeo and queer country performance. I like her already due to the fact that when she said, I look at the colors in the background and the different colors, and then I looked at the title, it said rodeo queer country and performance, gave me a different outlook on the title. But I see a lot of colors back there. But alleged she was married, so I was saw a different outlook on her, and it's nothing wrong. It's a positive outlook. You know what I mean? I'm just a people person, so she's gonna get into her topic.
thank anyone in the International Gay Radio Association who has so kindly shared their stories with me and my team of students over the past 5 years. It's been really meaningful. So thank you for everyone who's here and anyone who's helped me on this journey. So before we start lighthearted discussion, I thought I would just introduce everyone to the book and kind of the larger ideas that I'm studying and talking about in the book at large. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen and introduce some of what I talk about in my book. So my book is called Outriders, Roaming at the Fringes of the American West. And really, I kind of want to start sort of where we are right now. So over the past several weeks, as people are taking to the streets to demand racial justice, we see an outpouring of stories about young African American people who are doing this through horseback riding.
Now, when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at Miss Sherfield as Rebecca as trying to uplift history. She she went back and then she came forward how it was then and how it is now. But this is her book. So let me kind of like take it back a little bit to right here and see what she's saying. She's like an interesting young lady. She look like she's nice. I don't know.
Dynamics that continue to persist over time. So today, I thought we would talk about the International Gay Rodeo Association during Pride Month, and I am also happy to answer any questions about other forms of rodeo. So thank you, and I can't wait to talk to Josh.
Hi there. I'm Josh Garrett Davis, everybody, and I'm thrilled to get to have this conversation with Rebecca, both to learn more about what's behind our collections and to learn more about this vital topic that's part and parcel, totally tied in with what we do at the archery.
I'm gonna stop it right here because it just what's she talking about her book? First of all, she discussing about I was looking at the book right here, and you got different how rodeo has interacted with change with the change, making people feel good about who they are as they go out and do their performance. That's the way I see it. I want to just be careful with words. Rebecca is giving the history. Time changes and time passes for this time and then like you got the black rodeos and black cowboys have been there back in the days. So she in what I want to use. She's I'm gonna let her tell you where it where it was, and how it's changed now. That's the way I see it.
Identity important to people, and how have they used their performances to reclaim that belonging in the nation. So I'm interested particularly in rodeo, not just all Western performance, which is quite broad, but rodeo in particular because rodeo is very violent. It's a very violent sport and performance. So here we have an image from Kip Hinton. It's called The Big Fall, and we see a young boy in 1960 falling off this steer, and he was okay. He did not win that day, obviously from off. Actually a young girl won. But rodeo is a very dangerous sport. A recent study put professional football and professional hockey as less dangerous.
In other words, she's beating around the bush with it, but it's some like accepting the change. Has people accept the change in rodeo as who they are, accepting people for who they are and let them do their change instead of me putting on a cap or say, I'm using me as an example because I like to use myself because people don't like to use themselves. If they said queer country performance, they have, I mean, they have a wigs, you know, the guys wear wigs, they are comfortable or who they are and dress the way they are as long as the performance is in place.
Because, I think the 1988 finals in Nevada were canceled because the town deemed it a public health issue, which was obviously like those grades, but they said it was because of the dust that was going to be created. And so
Now, I'm going to end it right here, but I want to say that this is back in the pandemic, okay? So, Miss Schofield, Rebecca had to do her teaching online. Y'all know the kids had to go online, virtual. I don't think she has nothing. I don't know. I wasn't there. She don't impress me as being a person who would plan a murder. You know what I mean? From here. But I don't know from other angles. But just because she teaches and enjoy writing about stuff outside, LGBTQ community, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I really don't. So I don't believe, I'm not sure. I don't see Rebecca as wanna harm. You can't judge a book by a cover, but I don't see that this young lady would wanna harm young people because the situation, the way the TikTok talker was slooped, what was portraying the Miss Rebecca in about, who Miss Rebecca and what she does. But y'all give me y'all reaction behind. But this is the Miss Rebecca, the young lady, the TikTok talker was speaking about. She was telling y'all about her book, Rodeo in Queer Country. And I was, nothing wrong with the symbol. Allegedly, they said she was married. But I'm going to look on here and see if she married. Thus far, what I'm looking at, this was 2 years ago. So this is not a little child we're talking about. Okay, I'm going to type in. It's Rebecca. Because that's one thing I'm not going to do is sit here and put false information on a person. I don't know them. You know what I mean? That's terrible. I might be spelling her name wrong right here. That's better. Take the HR out of yeah. Okay. Uh, okay, I'm putting this in here because I want to know what she married. Um, Now this right here said that I'm just trying to clear Miss Rebecca up. Rebecca was the one who started the plan, allegedly, in another video. Glenna said Rebecca Scofield is going to prison for killing 4 University Idaho students, whether you like it or not. The lawsuit says Scofield was with his wife in Portland, Oregon, visiting friends when the students were killed. So she married to a woman with his wife. What is this? Okay. Okay, let's get into Rebecca. She studies women, gender, and sexuality. Rebecca Scofield. Um, there she go. It's the same lady I just showed y'all. Um, the question of how gender and sexuality operate operate over time in different cultural contexts has driven my academics research and community involvement. Okay. Uh let's see kind of what I can give y'all different about her. Today I get to work with students and activists on issues of gender sexuality in my home state of Idaho. Okay. As an assistant professor of American history of the University of Idaho, I teach courses on gender and race in U.S. West women in American society. And gender and body culture. Okay, over the past several years, I have also had the opportunity to work with the community organization like the Idaho Coalition Against Sexual and Domestic Violence and out west in the Rockies, achieves as okay. So she got a book project she did, and that's what we just went over. This book, Rodeo Fridges, the American West. Uh, um, I think she just focused on her history. I don't know. I don't know. I don't, the vibe, I usually feel bad vibe in people, but I don't feel in the vibe in Miss, bad vibes in Rebecca. It said that Rebecca Scofield, an associate professor and chair of the history department. She the chairperson of the history department at Idaho. Okay, a perpetration, the murder of 4 students at the University of Muscat. She's married. Okay. And at the time, uh, it said that in another video, Gold said that Rebecca Scofield is going to jail for the murder of 4 University Idaho students, whether you like it or not. The lawsuit recount how Scofield was with her husband in Portland, Oregon, visiting friends when the students were murdered. Now they're going to have to prove that. They're going to have to prove that. And to put something like this about a person and you reading cards and you're not sure, you shouldn't do that. So, Miss Scofield, I apologize if you have to go through this. And the young lady, I apologize that you didn't use the right terms when you were describing what you were seeing through your cards. Maybe if your choice of words should have been put in place. Because accusing somebody and they married, that's not good. Accusing them, period, is not good. So y'all tell me what y'all think. To me, Miss Scofield seemed like a very beautiful person on the inside, but I don't know. But y'all like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.